Our next feedback which was received was our second ancillary product, which was our draft film poster version. Now, the first comment that was given to us was to make Alex a little more darker so it becomes clearer that Chris is meant to be see-through, transparent. So obviously what we learned from this was that it would become more clear to the audience that Chris is maybe a ghost if he was see-through, because if he was just to stay like that, if no one could see through him, it would just be suggested that maybe they'd think it might be a love triangle or something. But obviously if you put Alex a little more darker, then it'll be more clear when the audience are looking at it that Chris is supposed to be see-through, and then suggesting to the audience that he may be a ghost. So therefore what we did in the editing stage for our final version of the film poster was we actually made Chris see-through more. We actually got rid of Alex from the poster as well. We just wanted to focus it on just Mallory and Chris, as Chris was the first character in the film and he's seen mostly throughout the film, whereas Alex is only seen for maybe just a few seconds at the end of the film. So that obviously the main story is based on Mallory and Alex. So when the audience look at the poster, they're more focused that the story is mainly based on just these two characters, rather than thinking it's just a love triangle or something. So that's what we did. We got rid of Alex from the film poster and we just had the two characters on the poster. Also, another comment in which we received was quite a vital comment. They said the photo looks photoshopped. So obviously what we learned from this bit of feedback was that we should have edited the photo in a way that didn't make it look photoshopped, because obviously when people looked at our draft version of our film poster, there was a couple of lines, there was a couple of like edges out of place, and it just seemed like it was just drawn with pencil and not photoshopped. So obviously what we learned from this was it had to look realistic. It can't just look photoshopped, because as the audience look at it, they might not like the look of the poster. They might think it's just a Photoshop thing. There's nothing special about this film. But when people look at the poster and it doesn't look Photoshopped, they think it's a really good film, and they'll be interested in look at the poster and think it's a good poster. We acted upon this. We made it look less Photoshopped, and the outcome was it looked like a really good film poster, and it didn't look at all Photoshopped. Another comment for our draft version of our film poster, which was the size of the text for the web address looks too big. What we learned from this comment was that the text for the web address had to be smaller, because the audience would be drawn to that text, wondering what it is, and being distracted from looking at the film poster photo. So they might, at the bottom of the eyes, they might see that big text and wonder, oh, what's that? So they might look at that more, being drawn in towards that more than to the photo, because our aim is for them to be attracted more towards the title of the film and the photo. So what we learned from this was the web address at the bottom needs to be smaller, so as they're looking towards it, towards the end, that's the last thing they will see, in order to get more information about our film. So what we did throughout the editing for our final version was we simply just decrease the size of that text, making it look more presentable, and therefore the audience were more drawn towards the film poster photo and the title of the film. We also had more feedback in this, and we learnt from this, and we acted upon this towards